Today I'm going to be reading you a story called Too Many Eggs by Christina Butler and Meg Rutherford. Just look at all these eggs. Mrs. Bear is going to make a cake, a big honey cake for Mr. Bear's birthday. She put out all the things she needed on the kitchen table, except the eggs. You will find these in a cupboard in the back of this book. Let's take a look. Wow. Look at all those eggs. With a large wooden spoon, Mrs. Bear mixed together lots of sugar, loads of butter, some honey and masses of flour in a huge bowl. How much sugar? How much butter? How much honey? How much flour? I do not know. Mrs. Bear never counts anything properly because Mrs. Bear cannot count. A birthday cake needs plenty of eggs to make it rise, she said, taking 6 eggs out of the cupboard. We're going to go to the back of the book and get 6 eggs. Maybe you can help me count. Let's go. Oh, that one's falling out, so we'll take that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's put them into the mixture. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like a pattern. Mrs. Bear put all the eggs into the bowl, but only counted to 3. 3! Only 3 eggs, she said. I'd better get some more. This time, Mrs. Bear took 5 eggs from the cupboard. So we've got to go back and get 5 eggs. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mrs. Bear beat all the eggs into the mixture. That is good, she said, tasting it. She stirred again and tasted some more. Delicious. But oh dear me, I've forgotten the eggs. Mrs. Bear went back to the cupboard and took 9 eggs out of the basket. Let's see if there's 9 eggs left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 eggs in the bowl. When she had finished beating all the eggs into the cake mixture, Mrs. Bear poured it into a large tin and put it in the oven. Hello, said Rabbit at the back door. What are you doing today? Oh, hello, Rabbit, said Mrs. Bear. I'm baking a cake for Mr. Bear's birthday. Baking? A cake? gasped Rabbit. Oh no! and he ran away out of the house as though a dog were chasing him. Mrs. Bear is baking a cake, Rabbit shouted to Badger, shutting his front door as fast as he could. Mrs. Bear's baking a cake, yelled Badger to Owl as she ran home to take in the washing. Tell everyone Mrs. Bear is baking a cake. Mrs. Bear is baking a cake, screeched Owl, flying through the woods and down to the riverbank. Mrs. Bear is baking a cake. Squirrel stopped looking for nuts and scampered up a tree. Fox, who was asleep in a sunbeam, woke and dashed away, and the ducks on the river flew up into the air, making a terrible noise. I wonder why they're all so frightened. But it was very quiet at Mrs. Bear's house. She was fast asleep in a chair. Everything was still except the cake, which was baking and rising and rising and rising until it popped open the oven door. Bigger and bigger it kept on growing. Through the open kitchen door, out of the house and down the hillside. What a glorious smell, said Mr. Bear, sniffing the air as he walked home by the riverbank. What a glorious smell, said Mrs. Bear as she woke up from her chair. Then, oh, my cake, my beautiful cake, she cried, running out of the house. Where have you gone? It's here, cried Rabbit from his window. No, it's in here, in my garden, shouted Badger from her chimney. No, it's here near my tree, screeched Owl, and it's gone into the wood. So they all chased after the cake to see what had happened. What a surprise for Mr. Bear as he turned into the wood. Everyone was there to meet him, even his birthday cake. Happy birthday, Mr. Bear, all the animals cried together. Thank you, said Mr. Bear. There's certainly plenty of cake for everyone, so help yourselves. Then he turned to Mrs. Bear. My word, you must have used a lot of eggs for such a big cake, he said between mouthfuls. No, replied Mrs. Bear, only 6. But I think Mrs. Bear used a lot more than 6 eggs. If we go and collect all the eggs out of the bowls and count them carefully back into the basket, maybe we'll find out how many eggs Mrs. Bear really did use. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 in that bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5 in that bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There were 9 in that bowl. So 6 and 5 and 9. Let's put them all back into the bowl and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There were 20 eggs in Mrs. Bear's cake. I bet you're a little bit better counting than Mrs. Bear. Maybe you can find some things to count around your house, or maybe you could make a cake. Make sure to take a little photo or video to show us. The end.